My name is Robert, and I'm a teacher by trade. It's just what I do. It's what I love to do. And one of the greatest things I love doing with my students is playing Jeopardy. So today I'm going to show you on Keynote a simple way to make just a simple basic Jeopardy game that you can enjoy with your students too. Alright, so since I'm using Keynote, which is like Apple's version of PowerPoint, most of the stuff on here is the same as PowerPoint, so if you're using PowerPoint, not Keynote, it's pretty much going to be the same thing. Alright, so you open up Keynote and you should get something like this. As you can see, I already have a bunch of Jeopardy games already made. I'm just going to start from scratch. So click down here or up here, click New Document. Just going to do a basic white document. Now, I like to make a big screen. Now, I know I could press the top left button. I know I could press this button to make it full screen, but I don't want it to be like full. So yeah, so get the screen up. I always like to have my zoom off a little, or if it's not, like if you can't see the edges out here, you can always adjust your zoom up here so you can. But once you pull out your screen, you should be able to see the edges. It helps. So once you're here, drag and select both those and just click delete to get rid of them. Now, there's two things you can do from here. You can make a title slide, which I personally don't like, especially at least if I'm just doing this with my students. I don't really like doing a title slide, mainly because there really isn't a whole lot of point to one. You can make it on your own, that's fine. It's up to you. But what you want to do from here is you want to start with the slide where you select everything, the different categories and things like that. So you can do two options. I'm going to start with the text boxes, so just send in 5 text boxes, click the little text button. And in PowerPoint, the text box, the add text, should also be right up here under like shapes and stuff. So take your first one and just center it. It's really, the best thing to do is to make sure your guides are on for these, your snap to guides. So do one there, and then just about evenly space these across the top of the screen. You might want to move that in just a little. Remember, make sure you have some room because you want to have boxes, or you're going to have boxes underneath these. So put those there, and there's that. So now what you want to do next is you want to click shapes. Now, you can do any shape you want. For the simplicity sake of this, I'm just going to do box. So you're going to want to center your first box. Now, what you want to do is you want to make this box a little bit bigger, more of like a rectangle, just because then you'll have a lot of free space in here, and you don't want that. So you want to do Command C, and you want to make 5 boxes. Now, after you make these 5 boxes, I recommend aligning them under here just to make sure that it looks nice and neat. If you think there's too much space on the sides here or anything like that, you can go in and adjust them. If you're okay with it, then what I recommend doing is moving the boxes under here. And I'll show you why, just exactly why we're doing this. So you move the boxes under here, and you could even move them down, like select them all, move them down, just to have some more space between your text. And I think that's a pretty good spacing. If you think if you want it different, you can always move them on your own. Like I said, you should turn the guides on for your ruler. So this way that you can, you can have it so they snap to place like that. See, to where it snaps and how it shows the little arrows underneath. So once you have these down, what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to double click and type in 100 and then 200 and so on and so forth. Now, this is just the basic, okay? Like I said, I'm only doing basic here, okay? Now, oops. Do not copy and paste these under the other 5, and I'll show you why in a second, okay? What you want to do next is you want to come up here and click Add Slide and just do a blank one. In PowerPoint, it's going to be the same thing, okay? Add Slide. Now, you need to add 3 text boxes, okay? Put the first one right about here, put the second one up in this area, and then the third one right about there, okay? Now, this is where you really get a lot of personalized customization, okay? You don't have to really worry about, or you don't have to go too in-depth here, or you can go super in-depth. It's up to you. So this box here, you want to type in question, because this is where your question is going to be. This box, type in answer, because obviously your answer. And this box down here, you're going to put the score, okay? This box down here is optional. You don't need it. But what I like to do is I like to come over to the text area, which on PowerPoint, it'll be up here somewhere. I like to come over here and I like to just make it like 120 or something like that. Just make it big so it's noticeable. And you can make it bold, you can change the color, it's entirely up to you. Now, what you want to do from here is click on this, click animate, same with PowerPoint. Most of the PowerPoint stuff that's I'm doing over here on this side is going to be up here in PowerPoint. Okay, so click on animate, click in add an effect, make sure it's on build-in. Okay, click on add an effect, and you can do anything. Like I said, it's your Jeopardy. You make it. You add the flair, whatever you want. So I'm just gonna do just do drop in. Okay, so do drop in and make sure it's on. Now make sure it's on click. Okay, you don't want this transition to happen when you you don't want it to happen right after the transition. Clicking build order also helps. So make sure it's on click, because if it's after transition, the answer will show up automatically, and you don't want that because that kind of kills the whole purpose of being a review or a quiz review or something like that. So now that you have this, the basic template, click up here and click Command C or Shift C or even copy and paste here, and you want to click Command or Shift V 4 times. So then this way you'll have 5 of these boxes. Okay. Then you just come in here. Come into each box. Oops. You want to come into each box. Yeah. And do 1 through 500. Okay. Oops. 1 through 5. Okay. Now, after you do that, what you want to do is click on the 100 box and press and hold Shift. Keynote or PowerPoint, it's Shift on both. Then Command C or Shift C or whatever yours is, and do this, click Command V 4 times. Okay? You should have 26 boxes, okay? Not 27, not 31 or 20 or 19 or 21, I mean 26. If you have more or less, then you need to readjust, okay? Now, you have your basic outline for each question, okay? Once you do that, come up here and add shape again. This shape can be whatever you want, okay? It doesn't have to be anything specific, but it can be whatever shape you want. Click on it. I like just adding a star in, okay? Add the star in, put it up here in the corner. Like I said, you can add these or edit these any way you want. Now, this is super important, so you got to listen, okay? Right-click and do add a link. PowerPoint would be the same thing. You have to go up to like edit or insert on PowerPoint, and it should say like hyperlink or something. But do that, and instead of doing first slide, click jump or link to a slide, and make sure you set it to this first slide. Okay? The reason we don't want to make it where it just says first slide is because let's say down the road you want to add in a title slide. Okay? Put a title slide in. Now this hyperlink stays with this specific slide. It won't jump you to the title slide. Okay? So make sure you put it onto that specific slide. Okay? Now I'm going to come up here and click delete. Okay, now what you want to do is you want to come back to this page here. Okay, you want to click on this and click add a link, and you want to set it to slide 2. Okay, or whatever slide your first number is. Okay, you want these to match up with your first 5 here. Okay. So do that for every single one. Do 1, 2, so do 3. Now remember, it should be the next one in the chain. So the 300 slide will be for 4, and then so on and so forth. Okay. Now, as you're doing this, you need to keep in mind that you're going to have to be doing a lot of this, so it's going to get very tedious, and I'm going to fast forward that part of the video, but that's going to get very tedious. Now, once you have that, okay, drag and select, hit Command C or Command whatever, and click paste, or copy paste, Command V, and drag them over. Make sure you don't do all 5 at once, because then you'd have to individually select each one and set it up that way. So once you hit Command V, just grab them because they're already selected, drag them over, and there you go. You have all your boxes. Now, you're going to want to come in here, and the reason we did it this way is now instead of having to click add link each time, you just click here, and go to the next one, okay? And don't worry, I'm gonna fast forward this part, so I don't think we're gonna have to like sit here and watch me go through and do 9, 10, and all that stuff. Alright, now that you have all that done, okay, after you go through and make sure and click each slide, what you want to do is you want to give each set its a specific color. So select them all and click up here in Format. PowerPoint should be something over here like Media or Objects or Color Fill or something like that, okay? Go over here, click Style, and for the simplicity's sake, we're just going to do each one of these, okay? Now once you do that, you want to come back in here, and this star is already the color of our first set, okay? So you want to just hit Command C, Shift C, whatever it is, oops, click that, and come into each slide and do the Command V, okay? Now, when you get to the next 100 slide, you're going to want to change it to whatever your next column is, oops. Okay, so I get down here to the 100 slide and change it to green, and then I hit Command or Shift C again, and then go through in each one, okay? And then once you get down here, do the exact same thing. Alright, now that you have that all done, that's pretty much the last step. Alright, now if you come up here and click play, what you could see is, let's say, if we just click off to the side, it's going to take us to the first question, obviously. But let's say we click on 200, goes to 200 green, click on the side to give it the answer, and then you click on the star, sends you right back here. 400 red, 400, it's red. Alright. Oh. Now see, that's a good thing. So that's a good example. If you click on this, if you try to click while the animation is still going, it's going to send you right to the next slide. So what you want to do is, 400, click on it, wait for the animation to stop, and then click on that to send you back here, okay? Really, it happens with any of them, see? You click on it without waiting for the animation to stop, it sends you to the next slide, okay? And if you click on it, in some cases, like you see, the answer might show up before it sends you back, so make sure you listen to your students when they say which one they want, okay? So I would always go do a run through and make sure you have it all set properly. Animation stops, click on it to make sure that it works. Now, the last thing you have to do is really just go in and add names of things like states, and then go in and add the questions like, what was the first state, oops, in the Union? Okay, now, if this happens, all you got to do is just drag it over and readjust, and that's pretty much it. That's the gist of it all. From here, just go in, add your questions and your answers, and just customize it however you want. The more flair, I like to say the more flair, the better. All right. So I hope your students like it, and I hope you had fun watching the video. So if you liked the video, just click like or comment, and stay tuned. I'm going to release more videos to help out not just teachers, but people in general. So have a nice day, everyone.